Hi. Thank you for coming tonight. I'm here to present my program to you, and I hope that you are just as inspired by the idea behind it as I am. Aiming my program at the population of foster care youth, more specifically therapeutic foster care youth, at or nearing at the age of aging out of foster care. And the vision that I have in my mind is to create more meaningful independent living skill identity development in this population. I have a facility in mind that's somewhat of a residential dormitory style, and the idea behind it is to welcome the youth at or around that age to come there and use it as a resource. The foundations of this environment are going to be a few that are pretty simple but pretty adherent to in my mind. First of all, I'm going to remove some of the expectations that are on these youth currently when they pass the age of 18 in foster care. And I am going to hopefully reduce anxiety and increase valued interest in their future. That being said, the reason I want to do that is because currently, once you're 18 in foster care in the state of Virginia, if you want to stay, which you can until the age of 21, you have to be enrolled full-time in an educational program, as well as part-time in a vocational program, and you have to be successful in both of those. In my mind, if you take any typical 17 or 18-year-old, that is a large order to fill. I think there's a lot of development and identity that hasn't gotten to that point yet biologically, and if you add on top of it the trauma and abuse that has entered the lives of many of our foster youth, I think developmentally, emotionally, they're just not ready at that point. And what happens is they get pushed away by the idea of these stringent rules and saying if you don't do it, basically you're going to be homeless, because that is what happens now. My idea takes away the fear of homelessness and rather has a baseline of expectation. In my facility, all youths have a place to stay and their basic needs are met. Outside of that, we have a fully trained staff, full connectivity to resources, both community and web-based, that the clients are encouraged to use on a regular basis to research educational or vocational paths that they would like to travel. I have connections with all of key players in the community as far as recruiters or as far as leaders in their certain areas of focus, whether that's educational or vocational or military or religious, whatever it may be. I want to cycle them in and out, constantly coming in, giving presentations, speaking to the youth, and showing them steps that need to be taken to get to where they are. Beyond that basic level, our youths will have incentives built into the program that we have, which will be individualized to each client and genuinely valuable to the clients, something they truly desire. And when they meet milestones based on these educational, vocational, etc. goals, they will get these incentives, and the hope is that you increase the outcome of their developing these independent living skills and becoming productive members of society. I'll measure the program's success based on participatory research, not only just on the evaluation side, but on the development of the program by former foster youth, successful and even unsuccessful, to help build the foundation of the program and what needs to be there, what doesn't need to be there. The staff will be highly trained, but the approaches will be very different than what they're used to. Instead of a slew of service providers, case managers, social workers, therapists, counselors, you name it, shoving the same goals and the same plan down their neck, saying, when have you done that? Have you done this yet? Have you made any progress? instead of the clients hearing it over and over again and just getting turned off and giving up, they will help design their plan in a large way and help guide their own forward progress. They'll never be homeless, but they'll get great rewards for meeting these big goals. That is my plan in a nutshell. Sorry I've run out of time, but if you have any questions, please post them, and thank you very much for being here with me tonight.